We just talked about run tendencies and how when reading a puller, that indicates that it's most likely run, and that when reading that he's heavy on his hand, a good amount of the times that it's also run. The other situation we have is obviously a pass. The best read that you can get on a pass is by reading the quarterback. Once you read that as pass, you key step and you see that it's not a run play, you're going to read what's called either a 3-step drop or a 5-step drop. So the routes that you're going to get from a receiver when it's 3-step are short, quick routes. Most commonly, a quick slant. So what's happening is the quarterback is getting the ball now, you see that it's passed, and he's looking to deliver that ball quick as soon as he gets it. As a linebacker, you have to read that 3-step, see a 3-step, and you don't need to get any depth. You need to pivot towards that receiver, laser focus on him, look back at the quarterback, try to get that interception for a potential pick 6. Once you see that it's 3-step, ball's to the ear, and he's got hand separation on the ball, that usually indicates that the ball's coming out now. What I stated earlier is that when you recognize that it's 3-step, the importance of not getting depth. The ball is coming out now, you do not need to keep backing up. So, at half speed, what this should look like is something like this. Hit. This is indicating a 5-step drop, zone coverage, me dropping off of a hash, and settling when the quarterback settles. It's going to look something like this.
Sit. Hut.
On a 5-step drop, when you're dropping in zone coverage, you get the cadence, set, hit on the quarterback, you get to your landmark, and you settle once the quarterback settles. Once you see that he is settled, it's not time to stare down the quarterback. Because if there's one thing I can emphasize, it is that he is not throwing you the ball. Something is always going on around you, and you need to be aware of the route patterns that are occurring. What's important when you're dropping in coverage is recognizing the routes once you're at the top of your pass drop. Once I get to the back of my pass drop, I'm setting here. I said earlier that the quarterback is not throwing it to you. He's throwing it to one of his receivers. Once you know the route combinations and you get your head on a swivel, you'll be able to make more plays on the ball. Essentially, what an offense will try to do is when you drop into a zone coverage, you're going to drop, reading the quarterback, you settle when he settles, and you're going to see this shallow crosser right in front of you. That's what we call the cheese. Do not bite the cheese, because what ends up happening is, do this again. What ends up happening is when you bite the cheese, you're at the top of your drop and you see him right here, and you try to make a play thinking that the ball is going to come here, you got a receiver right behind you that the quarterback is trying to throw to. Basically trying to bait you to bite the cheese so that they can make the play. Right now I'm going to show you what to do when you get to the top of your drop and you settle when the quarterback settles. I like to do what's called keep my head on a swivel. When I keep my head on a swivel, it allows me to make more plays. If my head is only looking at the quarterback, I'm going to read things that aren't necessarily there. As a linebacker, you drop, settle when the quarterback settles. Now you keep your head on a swivel looking for routes. Once I see a route right here, you can either take it right here or you can man turn them and go this way. Essentially what that does is allows the quarterback, to have to throw the check down or the shorter route, which is what you want as a defensive player.